And we are live. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Magnets, Crystals, and Pyramids with Journey to Bliss. And we have a special guest tonight, our sister Riziki, who's going to be talking about a lot of things. First, we want to get with the brother Baraka with his opening in Harlem, New York City.
Call to the warrior in you, to the healer in you, the king, the queen, the magician, the lover in you. Every single day, we are called to walk in our purpose. Answer the call. Lay down your burden and anything that holds you back and take your rightful place. The battle is everywhere. It's right in your face. Let's go.
Is your destiny.
And we going straight to the t-shirt commercial. Peace, family. I wanted to show you some of these great quality t-shirts that were designed by the brother Shaka. The I Am t-shirts. I am a generator, an operator, and a destroyer. Great quality t-shirts, 100% cotton. If you like one of these t-shirts, reach out to the brother Shaka at N as in Nancy, F as in Frank, N as in Nancy, Shaka at gmail.com. That's NFN Shaka at gmail.com. Thank you. Have a beautiful day. Straight to the soup if y'all hungry.
The best soup in Brooklyn, in various sizes. Coconut Raw, 1396 Fulton Street, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. This is a nutritional feast of the highest benefits, deliciously, meticulously prepared with the best herbs, beans, spices, tasty to your tongue and nutritious for your cells. Come Tuesdays, 2 p.m., Thursdays, 12 p.m., Sundays, 12 p.m. Coconut Raw, the best soup in New York City.
And the little children support the baby.
Family, I am here with a magical moment of young musicians. And this is Kim, Sister Kim, and she has a message about investing into the future musicians of our community. Sister Kim, tell us what you got here.
Hi everyone, Kim, proud parent of children at the Big Apple Leadership Academy for the Arts. We teach HBCU high stepping marching band to our kids from age 5 and up. It is a free after school program, tuitionless, and it's open to all. Our kids are amazing. If you can, jump on our website. We're looking for support, donations. Our kids need new instruments so that they can high step on. Our website is www.balaa.org, BALAA.org. And I appreciate the time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And so, family, listen up close. We're talking about investing in the artists of tomorrow. By investing in them, if you have a little expendable change to invest in the youth, the genius, this is the opportunity. And in this description on this video will be the details of sending your donation to PayPal or Zelle or Cash App.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. So thank you for your support. Our children are the future.
Y'all support those babies now. And we got the Lock Fest. Anybody with that natural hair with the locks, come to New York.
Family, Lock Fest, Saturday, September 9th, 2023. Sister, what do you have happening at the Lock Fest? Tell us about it.
Hello, peace, love, and blessings, everyone. My name is Kim, and I am promoting Lockfest NYC 2023. This year, it will be at Restoration Plaza on Fulton Street. This is all about locks. It's about celebrating the beauty of dreadlocks, the culture, the history, sustainable, healthy living, peace, love, and vibes. Come on out, bring your family and friends. Tickets are available on our website, www.lockfestnyc.com, and Eventbrite. Peace, love, and blessings.
And what's the hours?
The hours are noon to 8 p.m.
Okay, and is there a donation?
Donations are accepted upon entry, but tickets are available on the website and Eventbrite.
Excellent, thank you. Be there.
Thank you.
All right.
Hey.
Okay, so let's do the opening, and then we'll begin with this amazing show. All right, thank you, Melis, for the opening, family.
Thank you for your participation in last night's show, which was incredible. Thank you, Dr. Shakur. I have this video clip, and I'm not sure what it is, but I'm gonna play it momentarily. I know it better not be nasty, but I'm gonna play it just, and if they put me in jail, you know what happened, right?
All right, so these are 10 brutally honest truths about life that
We don't need that.
Is that what I was going to say? Is that what you have to play?
Yeah, that's a brother talking about the dating scene and
You're looking for the clip that was just dropped, right?
Who, me?
Yeah, the one in. Do you have it?
Yeah, I'm good. So
Okay.
we're just going to do the opening. Family, wherever you're listening from, we want to know what part of the world you are tuned in to from. So please, in the chat, put down what part of the globe you are tuned in, because as a global community and acting individually, we like to have a panoramic view of the planetary experience, regardless if you think it's a bouncing ball, a pyramid, a hula hoop, a cookie, or whatever you want to describe the planet you're living on. We want to know what part of the cookie world you are existing in. So, without anything else being said, I am in me. I am in Miss Bliss. I am in Riziki. I am in you, the listening audience. Thank you for being alive. Thank you for being born. Thank you for having a smooth or rough landing in this incarnation. And may you remember what you was born to do and fulfill the purpose of your destiny. As we look upon the back of this mothership connection, magnets, crystals, pyramids, journey to bliss, we see the wake as our consciousness propels forward into time, and we look back upon the waves and the souls of our previous incarnation, too numerous to count. And we say, yes, I am forgiving all wave soul in my past lives, and I ask all wave souls in my past lives to please forgive me. And while my cat is demanding that I sit and pet her neck and back, may we forgive all previous pets of our past lives, and may all our pets please forgive us. And as we peel our heel of consciousness to the here and now, we say collectively and individually, yes, I am releasing and forgiving all musicians who may have not did adequate study of harmonics. We forgive them, and we ask when we may have been staccato from our emotional expressions, less than an orchestra of melodies, we ask also to be forgiven. And now we ask ascended masters, ancestors to be with us, calling on Sheikh Ahmadu Bamba, Sheikh Ibrahim, ascended masters from Senegal, who founded the city of Tuba. We ask and thank you for joining this platform. Simeon Toko, the latest Christ born in the Congo, thank you for being on the platform. Yeshua and Black Madonna, thank you for joining us. Calling on Quetzalcoatl, White Buffalo Calf Woman. Harriet Tubman, Mary McLeod Bethune. We call on South African Zulu shaman, Credo Mutwa. We call on Heteru, Set, Aphrodite, goddess of love, goddess of harmony, known by many languages. Lakshmi, Kuan Yin, goddess of mercy. We call on Oshun to be in the house tonight, to dance across the screen to the population's delight. We ask Ilegba, Yemaya, Oya, Olokun, Shango, Ogun, Obatala, Ochosi, be with us tonight. And we welcome all the Buddhas. Lady Buddha, we ask that you be with us and guide our Tantrika sisters to elevate us with their crystal wombs as we spin out of our mental tombs. We ask for healing, quantum healing for all our friends, family, and loved ones, and protection, even if they're cross eyed and misdirected. We ask for divine intervention of ascended masters, great divine director, Master Himalaya, Seraphis Bey Kotumi, Sanat Kumara, to have the countless legions of ascended masters to intervene on the collective consciousness of all humans and those in leadership positions, driving cross-eyed as a school bus on a curved road. We ask for divine intervention. We asking for a love supreme coup so they'll know the right thing to do. Seen and unseen, known and unknown, human and non-human. So we want you to please step in so that we could be at ease on this beautiful spaceship planet Earth. And we ask Ethiopian man of the name of Enoch, who became Metatron, join us. Angel of Healing, Archangel Raphael, Angel of Enlightenment, Archangel Uriel, Angel of Strength, Archangel Gabriel. Also invite Chief Geronimo, Chief Osceola, Chief Crazy Horse, Chief Sitting Bull, Frederick Douglass, Shroom Masters, Dr. George Washington Carver, Booker T. Washington, P.B. Randolph, Dr. Sabi, Shroom Master, Kalindi Aye. May we all get high on information tonight that elevate us beyond the skies. Ashe, Aho, Mahalo, Don Wado, Amen, Amen. Let the party begin. Let it flow. Yes. Let the Shakti flow, Jack. I'm going to sit back and drink some Kipaliba tea. Sister Rosita, tell us, what you working with, girl? I got some fine pictures. Some of my off you. I put them up here, but they look good. What you rocking with? I'm pulling you up forward so we can look at you. What is Tantra, Riziki? What is Tantra to you, sister? Tell us what's that word? Sounds like mantra, Tantra, of a mantra.
I just want to say thank you both for having me on this platform, and thank you for that powerful invocation. And I'm trying to balance myself right now. So to answer your question, what Tantra is in regards to Akura Tantra, well, first we know that Tantra is a Sanskrit word that originates in India that means to lead light and sound. However, before India, aka Indus Kush, these practices, this way of life, this style of living existed on the continent of Alkebulan, of Turtle Island, all over the planet. And how we describe Tantra at the temple is, this beautiful web of creation that we weave, and understanding how everything is interconnected, mind, body, spirit, sky, earth, the heavens, and the elements. And so Tantra, the way we teach, is way beyond sex. Way beyond sex. Sex is such a small portion of Tantra. It's a way of living. It's knowing how to use your life force energy, your creative energy, and co-creating with the universe in all aspects, in all areas in life. And so one of the reasons why I did write the book Akura Tantra was to take our people in the diaspora across the globe through the 7 divisions of Tantra, understanding that again, sex, intimacy, and relationships is just a part of it. We have the creation story, knowing how to create life, reproduce yourself. We have inner alchemy, the divine inner communication within yourself, the universe, the gods and goddesses, and all of the elemental forces that exist. We have the valley of divine alignment, understanding how Tantra can be used to align yourself with your life path and purpose. We have the valley of self-preservation. Yes, while we hear about love and peace and joy, there's also an element of Tantra that gives you the right to divinely protect and preserve yourself. Also, death. We study death in Akura Tantra because at the end of the day, we're all going to die, right? We're all going to transition. We're all going to go ways of our burial rites and knowing how to ascend a person's spirit and soul as they're transitioning from one life to the next. And so Tantra is life. Tantra is everything. And it's not something you practice. It's something that you are. It's something that you remember.
That's very poetic.
Yeah.
I'm listening, sis. I gotta take a sip of tea after that.
Ashe, aho.
Ashe.
The way you opened up, I'm telling you that.
Yeah, take your time. And family, y'all better get some water. You better get some tea, because I just finished saturating from the coconut water that I got from the corner. So maybe that's why I'm flowing like this, because I didn't realize I was so bliss. Riziki, I didn't know I was so dehydrated. After I drank 3 coconuts, I had to do a beeline to the ceramic office.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Oh, hallelujah. Lighted incense. Yeah. But coconut water, family, tap into that coconut water while the season is in. Special shout out to my brother Roots Ross, that's on the corner of Eastern Parkway and Franklin, who's chopping them coconuts open like a surgeon with that machete. So yeah, give Riziki a moment to drink some of that water, because she's gonna drop it like it's hot, or maybe not. Hold it like it's hot. Yeah. So Riziki, tell us some breakthrough mini miracles from people in your journey. Like, what do they say when they came into your aura healing experience?
Where do I start? Okay, so Akura Tantra was built on these 4 pillars that I was shown and experienced through my journey. So the first pillar is transcending trauma and or breaking blockages, right? So understanding how Tantra could really help this process of generational healing through epigenetics, through spiritual science, through ancestral healing, and understanding certain traumas and blockages are passed down through lineages, just like the joys and the strengths and all of the celebrations of who we are is passed down through the same. The second pillar is divine alignment and aligning with your life purpose. And so in my journey, and so going back to that first pillar, I think many of us have all heard about how Tantra could help break blockages and transcend trauma. And so my mission tonight is to really touch on topics that really is not talked about a lot. And so that's bringing me to that second pillar of aligning with your life path and purpose. And a lot of us come into this world with a specific blueprint, with a specific design, with our unique purpose and path. And a lot of us are unable to live a life of fulfillment because we're living someone else's design, or we're living a design or a blueprint or a life or a purpose or a path that somebody else told us to do, right? We all know about Tantra and sacred sexuality. And through this journey, I have experienced and downloaded and walked people through the 7 sciences of sexual energy, which has been freaking explosive. And then the last pillar is dealing with accomplishing your version of success. And so lately, what I've been attracting is a lot of creatives, entrepreneurs, business owners, and even politicians coming to me, getting this work where of course, yeah, intimacy and self-love and all that, but we got people out here uniting nations. You know what I mean? Delving into politics and creating these bridges and relationships with different countries and different cultures, all within the diaspora for the purpose of economic success. Right. So lately my journey has really been focused on, showing people and helping people how Tantra is a path for economic success, for business success, for, busting through to your creative self so that you could really do what you're supposed to do here. And one of the sayings that we always say is, how dare you not be great? Like, who the F, excuse my expression, do you think you are to not be great?
Right. Wow.
Yeah. And a lot of, and even the shamanic portion, y'all, I could go on for days, like even incorporating, certain plant medicine into tantric work, because certain people need a deeper level of healing. Certain people are so in their ego and so in this element of control and not trusting that you have to be able to disassociate yourself from that part of yourself that's getting in your own way. And it's been, like I said, I have stories for days. It has been absolutely amazing. Even death. Oh my God. Like spirit, and one of my sisters on this thread, she can bear witness. Spirit has called us to certain people to work on them, and we didn't know why. And then months later, they end up transcending, passing on, right? And this was Spirit's way of showing me how Tantra, it plays a huge part into raising the ka, or helping this individual unite their ka and their ba so that their ak, that ascended part of themselves that's supposed to live amongst the stars, can be there peacefully instead of returning here or lingering here in a lower frequency of spirit.
Wow. That's beautiful.
Yeah, wasn't that Miss Bliss? I got a drink. I have to take another sip. You go, Riziki. Boy, I got my feet are like in water. You know when you start paddling when you're in the water, like we going somewhere now, Jack. Yeah. Please continue.
And by the way,
yeah, go ahead.
Because you started it. So another thing is, like, I've been teaching and teaching Tantra and also like doing table sessions and everything on people for a while. And Spirit was like, no, this is Tantra beyond the table. This is why, like, my movement right now is Tantra beyond the table, because a lot of things that we see are like, yeah, people focus on these full body orgasms and you're on the table and da-da-da-da. But it's like, okay, when you get off, then what? What do you do with that? Right? How are you integrating what happened on the table into your life and really seeing the results in your life? And so the link that I sent you, the movie that we're producing, it's a docuseries called oh gosh, man, you got my mind off. I can't even remember.
Yeah, you're doing good. You're doing good.
The Tantra Chronicles, the mysteries of sexual energy. And so Tantra beyond the table, meaning that before my journey in Tantra, I was into media, I was into advertising, and then I was making great money, but I wasn't happy. And then Tantra came into my life, holistic wellness. So then, as I'm going on this personal journey of elevation and clearing ancestral trauma, tapping into cellular memory, awakening either dormant, suppressed, or forgotten attributes or characteristics or capabilities, Spirit then said, you need to make a movie. And so I am. And so the Tantra Chronicles is a docuseries, and one of my Tantra brothers, Ryan, is a film producer, all of those things, has absolutely wonderful equipment, but it is my duty, it is my purpose. I am ordained and assigned and told to produce this series because we have to start producing more media. Media is an entity, right? And we have to have media that's showing us in a certain light that we possibly haven't seen before, and telling our stories. And so the purpose of this docuseries is not only to show you the medicine and the messages and the modalities within our mysteries that are across the diaspora, that has came down through many lineages. It's also to help us as the most emotional, spiritual, creative people on this planet really know how to utilize this wisdom and this work to affect change, like all across the board. Not just having great sex and getting into relationships, but again, like, what's that economic wealth and influence looking like?
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You good. You know what? You got me thinking. A special shout out. I didn't know if I acknowledged my big brother, Ascended Master Saint Germain, gatekeeper of Northern California, Mount Shasta. But I wonder if, Bliss, I think Ascended Masters are Tantra Masters. But I want to see if I can get this. Yeah, Tantra Masters. Can y'all see this?
Yes.
Okay. So this is my first time trying this, Riziki. I'm going to try to push the button.
Okay. And you can make it bigger.
Okay.
But just so before you start, everyone, this is the trailer to the docuseries that we're doing, and we are welcoming all sorts of support and funding. We need it, and later on I'll talk a little bit about the retreat that we have coming up, and those proceeds will also go towards funding this documentary. Like, this is a divine assignment, and no matter how much we make, it will get done. However, when we're able to reach our goal, we can really make it the quality that it deserves to be.
All right, let me see if I could push this button and then bring it up on the screen. Ooh, we did it.
The Tantra Chronicles is a captivating and enlightening documentary that delves into the lifestyle of Tantra, from teachings of Afro-Asiatic culture and theology. This documentary aims to take the audience on a transformative journey through the 4 pillars of tantric healing and empowerment, including the 7 main sciences of sexual energy. We'll explore a range of modalities, including breathwork, meditation, movement, conscious touch, inner alchemy, sensuality, and sexual ceremony. This will help us gain a deep understanding of how these practices can enhance your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being.
Wow.
Hold on, it ain't done yet. We're getting to the good part now.
Oh boy.
Tantra is a holistic approach to life and spirituality, and by examining Tantra through the Afro-Asiatic lens, you'll gain culturally relevant insights into the sacred nature of sexuality and how it can be harnessed as a force for healing, self-discovery, and intimacy. We invite you to open your minds and hearts to this ancient wisdom of Tantra and how this path of spiritual technology enriches our lives and our relationships.
Wow.
That's beautiful. I like the way you
Wow.
it's not like overly sexualized. It's more like a loving, nurturing, caring explanation of tantra. And I love the way you guys are like a couple and you're sharing energy. Yeah, you got me all excited and everything. I'm like, woo!
Thank you. And yeah, that was the goal. And this is no shame or shade, but there's just so many other people out there already with the over sexualization. It's like I ain't even trying to come from that tip. Like I'm coming from real life science, right? And then this particular brother is one of the few tantric men that I trust that takes me to such a primal space where I'm talking about, and I try and be funny, but that's just the A clip. The B clip is way more raw and primal, but the way he just holds space so that like that primal nature, that primal force can come out of me and just like contribute to what we're creating. And that's the brother who's making the documentary with me. So him and I do tantric work together in order to manifest this as we need it to go.
Riziki, I'm gonna tell you, I watched you dance walk over to the brother, and then I observed how you slowly and skin art, though your touch, I was like, that is one lucky brother because your touch was so healing to him as a massage therapist. I picked up on that.
Wait, you broke up on my end. You said the touch was what?
So skinfully poetic.
Yeah, thank you.
The way you rest your hands on his shoulders, caressed him. The way you slowly wrapped your ankles around his waistline. I mean, I was like, man, that's skin tantra. And the highest level of healing, because we have become touch this colonized, this post-colonial country, that we don't know touch. We either associate it with hitting or kicking. I call it kiss or kick. Touch is associated with either kissing or kicking. The hugging, the caressing has been forgotten.
Yeah, and especially in that moment, especially like when our men are meditating and we want to join them, like how we approach it is because I don't want to interrupt what's already going on. So as you see me approaching, I'm energetically asking for permission to enter into his energy field. And then you're right, through touch, it's just slowly joining him without interrupting his process. And the breast, now I had on clothes on that one, but the breast on the back, and brother Unk, you know the magic of the breast on the back. Okay, that's very, very nurturing and soothing.
I can feel it now. Yeah.
And it was very sensual and sexy, but yet it wasn't overly sexualized.
Yeah.
So I like it. Looked like it's like a friendly environment where people sometimes, like you said, they walk into tantra thinking it's going to be sex, and that may make some people feel uncomfortable. So I felt like you wanted people to be comfortable.
That part. And it is about safe spaces and teaching both men and women how you could still be sensual and sexual without penetration. Sensual and sexual without the expectation of XYZ. Now, don't get me wrong, that is one side of me. There is another side of me where, we can explore all of those things followed by penetration or sexual intercourse or whatever that is. But even that is still meditative and nurturing and sensual and empowering and activating and all of those things, right? It's a space for everything. It's healthy to exercise the primal nature, and at the same time, it's great to be able to engage in all activities, but with intention and purpose and care. Yeah.
You know what you just did? And I never had this thought before, Bliss, Riziki. There was something about that movie clip, family, and you can please put in the chat what thoughts came up. And this is the first time I have ever pondered or imagined in birth going down the vaginal canal in birth. I never had that thought until I saw that video clip. Go ahead, touch on that.
Yeah, that's interesting because that's actually one of the meditations, a part of the sexual sciences of sex, is to be able to travel into the vagina and the uterus and the fallopian tubes and the eggs and the ovaries. It is to be able to travel into the scrotum, into the testes, into the sperm. So I'm glad you tapped in on that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And see, this is what I mean, Tantra beyond the table. We're having Tantra right now and you're not even on the table. The fact that the visuals were able to communicate something in your subconscious and bring it to your conscious, and then you have that, you know, and even looking at your crystals, like this is science, family. This is why I'm like, we have to have more of our media having intentional subliminal messages to activate and drive certain parts of you. Right. So this docu-series, so that's our pilot. The first one that we're raising funds for is our pilot, but we do plan on having 8 to 9 more episodes to break it down in detail. And yes, there will be mature nudity.
That is so artistically beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
If I can ask, I saw you were working with the energy of your breasts. Could you explain a little bit more of that for the family to get an idea of what you were doing and when you expanded it?
Yes. So number one, the only electrical organ in our body is the heart, right? And then our heart, especially for women, are connected to our breasts. And same for men, the heart is connected to the nipples. So when I'm circulating my breast, I am magnetizing its auric field, its energy field, because if you notice later on in the video, I'm on the table like this, so I'm breast projecting. So this is like a qigong practice to amplify or spread the energy of my breast, which is heart energy, which is nourishment, which is sustenance, right? And then being able to project that onto my partner. So all parts of our bodies has auric fields. Every physical part of our body has an energetic body to it. So being able to intentionally work with it one at a time or collectively is just going to, you know, amplify your auric field. Same thing for the brothers. They should be aurically working on their penis and their hearts.
You know, you bringing up some stuff tonight, Riziki.
It's getting hot.
This is getting hot. I'm going to tell you what, when I was studying Aikido, Brooklyn Aikido Club on Herkimer and Nostrand. Shout out to all my brothers and sisters who was there. I used to practice bliss, family, and I'm sharing this so that you can try it too. From my navel chakra, I used to walk through Bed-Stuy at night and imagine from my navel that my navel chakra was like a headlight going out into the night. And then in the realm of imagination, I would think of a woman that may have got my attention, and I would see if she would be receptive to my navel headlight to either accept or reject. And it's fascinating, family, if you take the time to do this and say who is attracted to your headlight energetically and who isn't. Go ahead, Riziki.
I want to touch on that because the navel is such an important part that is connected to all of these nadis or meridians that spread through the body. It's where the umbilical cord is. And I'm grateful that you said that. You paid attention to who you attracted, because now this speaks to the intelligence in your sexual energy, the intelligence in your auric field. And there was another thing I wanted to touch on that Sister Bliss asked about the breast. So another thing, ladies and gents, okay, I encourage you all to honor the breast, work on your breast, because there's also like an energetic breast milk meditation that I absolutely love doing for the brothers. And I'm telling you, it's just, you know, just watching the results is absolutely, I mean, I'm telling you, our bodies are magical. Our bodies are magical. And so, yes. But great job on the navel meditation. I think that's
No, wait a minute. You ain't sliding off like that. Oh, well, hold on a second.
Woo, breast milk. We want some sweet breast milk. Breast milk is the best milk.
It is.
Oh,
Yeah, absolutely. Y'all, brothers, y'all need to be meditating with our breasts. And women, we need to let the brothers meditate with our breasts. You know, normally you're laying your head on them. No, like, and this is a meditation. I ain't gonna say too much, but you should be occasionally suckling on your woman's breast. You should. And then during while you're suckling on her breast, there's a meditation of energy flow and intention that she's sending through her nipple into you. So it's very, I mean, there's all sorts of meditations. I don't know how raw we could get here, but
yeah. As long as they don't throw me off by being too graphic.
Right.
Yeah. You look like you was meditating just now.
Out
He looked like he was meditating on all 4 breasts in front of him.
Yeah. You know what? You know, we gotta I want Riziki, I wanted you, and this is you just triggering stuff, and I'm just wondering.
Good.
Ladies, I remember what I did remember learning from Master Yao, and I never forgot it when I went to the retreat that I met you. That was years ago.
Yeah.
Special acknowledgement to Brother Ricardo, Brother Sirius, Yoko, and just to name a few, everybody who was there. We was in that mansion, and Adao was there. Anyway, Master Yao mentioned that women can have nipple projection. And what I'm thinking now is there possibilities that women can imagine nipple projection clockwise, counterclockwise, for the purpose of healing a man's heart long distance?
Okay, so you're touching. See, you
unlocking like a combination lock. Come on, open up, click. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And I'll say this. So after my journey with Grand Trine, you know, and grateful for the seasons and the reasons. So after my journey, I branched off and did my own research and travels, because one thing about me is I really like to know, I like to research what I'm doing and go to the places where this stuff originated from. So I did go to Africa. I did go to Kenya. I did, and Ghana. I did study with indigenous people from different cultures to really understand the different dynamics of this work, and then also where it started as far as the origins, and then how it kind of expanded throughout the different cultures. And so, yes, the nipples, especially when you're doing intentional meditation with it. So I don't know if I did it both counterclockwise, but I think in the full clip, I do go inward and I do go outward. And eventually the physical movement is just a way to get me used to when I'm not doing physical movement. So tantric qigong can involve physical movement or just being still. And because your focus and your clarity is so on point, you don't have to move at all. You learn to move the energy, right? So instead of physically moving, I could just sit here and do the same thing. But and it can't practice, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. When you create a relationship with your energy body, you can direct it on what to do. And I think that's what a lot of us may have not been taught, or just maybe don't explore a lot, is the relationship with our energy body, because I am in here. I'm on the inside. I'm in this. So, you know, first I'll go through the physical to get an understanding of, you know, this experience. But then after a while, I really get to know me. Like right now, I'm moving my hands, but you don't see me moving my hands. Right now, I'm circulating my nipples with my hands, but you don't physically see me do it. If you close your eyes and say your name out loud, and then keep your eyes closed, and then don't move your lips but say your name, there's still a name. You still heard something. That's you. So that's the relationship that you're cultivating with the you inside of this.
You know what you just had me think of? And I'm telling you, I'm having breakthroughs right now in this show, Bliss. And this is for the ladies. Imagine if you go into a corporate meeting and you know that you might have some hostilities. Imagine if you project your nipples into the meeting before you get there so that all those angry persons that didn't have enough breastfeeding can be energetically prior to you getting on site.
Now, let me tell. See, this is why. And y'all have to excuse me. I get extra.
Go ahead, girl. Go ahead.
Because you will, if you backtrack in some of my Facebook posts, you will see me. I've either projected before the meeting or projected during the meeting, and this is what I talk about, the contribution to economic success and prosperity, because you're understanding this science, right? And see, I want to say this too. In this work, clearing is vital. In Akura Temple, I don't play about clearing. Before we get into all this sexual energy, you're going to clear first, because everyone has intelligence in their sexual energy. Is it traumatic or is it healthy? Is it toxic or is it loving, right? So before I teach people certain practices, we about to go through some clearing first, because what you're not about to do is be out here projecting energy and your stuff ain't even cleared up. You haven't transmuted nothing. You're just putting sugar on top of sugar honey iced tea. That's what we're not going to do. But you are correct. Yes, before meetings, during meetings, I do projection work. You're absolutely right. And as a matter of fact, the couple, big shout out to them, and you may see me going live with them, but they have went through certain clearing practices. So I do train couples, and now they over there in Sierra Leone opening rice mills and then helping other businesses operate business, or open businesses across seas, because we're utilizing this wisdom in commerce. Tantra was one of the first instances of commerce that existed on the planet. Rather it was an exchange for a service from tantrikas, right? That powerful men came to the temples to engage, not only to, get their physical or their primal needs and wants out, but they understood what healthy sexual energy and intentional focus and transmutation did to their economic success. And giving them the mind state and the energy, and activating and awakening certain portals for them to walk into these spaces and be great. A lot of us as tantrikas was wise advisors. We were in politics. We were in business meetings. And I find myself doing that to this day. So, this is y'all. So I'm like, if we about to be using this energy, how are we using this energy to change our economic situation, building some generational wealth? How are we doing that? And when I talk about generational wealth, I ain't just talking about knowledge and wisdom, like assets. We need assets up in here. We need to be producing and manufacturing. Come on. Let's be real about this here.
There you go. We need our own land, growing our own food from our own farm that's delivered to our own people with our own stores.
And not to mention, when we have a bad crop, or we feel like, rain isn't coming or whatever, this is what sacred unions were for. This was the origin of group activity. Right? Because we understood through.
You talking about orgy.
Okay, I didn't know.
You can say it, girl. An orgy to make it rain, an orgy to have the crops grow and have a lot of grain.
Because we understood with intention, with cultivating the energy, sending that energy to a common purpose, we're spreading creative, fertile energy in the land. So now the physical land is responding to our energy. And you see throughout cultures today, we have cultures who said, you know, we can make it rain, we can change the weather, we can blah 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 blah. So, like, what are we doing here?
Yes.
What are we doing here?
Misusing our energy.
I ain't want to say it, but
we've been misguided, miseducated, and now we misunderstood. So we need to learn.
And listen, the powers that be have done their tantric rituals over urban cities.
Come on now.
Okay. Special acknowledgement to Ross Ben that he pointed out that there's PowerPoints that was intentionally set up to suppress the urban dwellers in Philadelphia.
There we go.
They actually put monuments with the intention of keeping people sublimated and in a slave mentality.
Absolutely.
You have these certain monuments strategically placed in New York City.
That's right.
Who knows what strategic monuments have been placed in Chicago, like the movie Cell or like the movie Kingsman, where they crank up the cell phone towers and people go bonkers.
Yeah. And sorry.
Yeah, this is beyond the table for real.
I'm gonna just be honest. If I could keep it real, that's when I got bored. I was like, "Yo, what are we doing? Like, we just so focused on like full body orgasms and just table work, and like it started to irritate me a little bit because it's like we need to be doing more than that, right? And not to say that table work doesn't help, because it does, but everybody can't get a table session every time. Everybody doesn't have access to a practitioner. So how can you as an individual utilize these modalities and these practices and gather with other people of like mind? Maybe you can learn some table work, but guess what? There's other meditations, there's other modalities, there's other ways for us to transmute and transcend with this energy.
I was like, when are the sisters going to do a womb healing circle and orgasmically squirt upon the energetic body of the earth and all the leaders and all the people to elevate people's consciousness? When is that woman's womb healing circle going to happen? And they've all visualizing collectively like
when their wombs is healthy. Because I'm gonna be real, this is why I stopped going to a lot of retreats and circles. It's a lot of females out here with toxic wombs, squirting and orgasming and I don't want to be in that cycle. If we gonna keep it real, let's keep it real. I don't want to be in that cycle. Toxic wombs is a contribution to the generations that are being born. If we look at some of how we're reproducing ourselves, right? Toxic wombs is one of the reasons why you keep attracting men who aren't who are whatever adjective you wanna put, right? But again, sis, you're not only attracting, but you're choosing them. So what does your womb intelligence look like? Mm-hmm. So we can't sit up here and keep blaming men for not being crap or whatever you want to say. You have to check your intelligence and your own energy and then take a look at you choosing them. Like, you got to be accountable.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
But a lot of women don't want to have that conversation. And I'm gonna be real, this is why I'm not that popular. And it's okay. I'm effective, but I may not be that popular because I'm not here to sugarcoat. Like, this is real. Mm-hmm. This is really real. So you have certain womb personalities, and big shout out to, I forgot the sister's name, my aunt Karu, I cannot remember her name, but she wrote 2 books, which, like, when I found it, I was like, oh my gosh, I found words to what I was feeling, right? So you have angry wounds that have stifled creative energy, wounds that have a lot of hatred and is just filled with rejection. And then we're wondering why there's endometriosis or fibroids, or you can't hold a baby, or whatever it is that you're reproducing isn't healthy. And I'm not talking about just a physical baby, but your ideas that you're birthing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, before we and for me, when I was sitting in ceremony, and this is one of the reasons why I branched off and kind of and listen was because the clearing phase was not important in a lot of tantric circles. I'm gonna just be real. We talked about trauma, you talk about belief systems, but as much emphasis as there is on full body orgasms, let's match that energy with clearing. And also let's have more integrity. Everybody does not deserve to learn everything based on where they are. They don't. Because a lot of people will take a lot of information and use it in their egotistical ways or their toxic ways or whatever that is. And so, yeah, we got a vetting process at the temple. Again, I'm not interested.
You touched on something. I got to expound on what you just said. That I met a brother years ago, and he said that he knew of a brother who could listen to the crystals in the earth whisper to him, come get me, I'm over here. And he would dig a hole and pull the crystal out of the earth. Now that's Tantra, because it's connecting with the earth. Or where is the ores of gold, tantrically connecting to the earth and finding where the vein of gold is.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Without wasting your time and your resources. Or tantrically seek out, extend your consciousness to find the source of good water.
That
or
part.
oil.
Because just like the body is a physical representation of the universe, like the earth is still a body. It has veins, rivers, meridians, ley lines. It has everything that we have. So the same way we're able to listen to our bodies, you're absolutely right. Listening to nature is a part of Tantra. Listening to nature, nectar, is a part of Tantra.
You making me remember Riziki.
Remember, baby.
Ooh, let me tell you, Miss Bliss, I'm gonna drop it out here.
Let's tap into them bones.
Let me tell you,
Let's tap into them bones.
I was in Jamaica, in the grilled treehouse, in the water, and I said, "This water feels so good. I'm gonna masturbate in the name of Yema Yah."
Okay.
So I started stroking myself while in the tropical water, focused on making love to the ocean. And when I did reach my peak, it felt like the ocean came inside of me.
Now
That's Tantra.
Now, and see what are you in my closet?
So wait a minute, you got little ocean babies out there now.
Hey, you never know.
That's ceremonial masturbation. That's a practice.
Ooh, let me bring you full screen.
That's ceremonial masturbation. It is a practice where you can ejaculate in the water and into the actual earth. It's a way that we connect, and it's a way that we give our offering and refertilize, especially if you did a lot of energy cultivation and activating the elemental frequencies within your sperm. So men and women, ceremonial masturbation. So I know, like, as a couple where we like, oh yeah, I just want to watch you, you know what I'm saying? So there's two parts of ceremonial masturbation. The first part is you can ejaculate as an offering if you want, or you can ejaculate. But here's the beautiful part about it. As you're watching your partner or this other person ceremonially masturbate, what energy is imprinting you while you're watching? Because everybody who ceremonially masturbates, they're projecting a certain kind of energy. Now, this is a practice. This is a practice where I say, hey, fellas, well, I want you to ceremonially masturbate in this energy. Then they get to work. And then the women, and then when it's all said and done, ladies, what did you feel from that? And almost always, it's the archetypal energy that I whispered into their ear.
I got something else.
Bring it, drop it.
You're going to love this.
You're
going to like this, Riziki.
What's up?
I was in my early 20s. I had just came back from living in Miami, and I went to Prospect Park for the drum circle.
Okay.
And I saw this woman, and she looked good. She was older than me, but she
Yeah.
looked good.
Yeah.
And I was standing around the drum circle, and I could feel her projection, her aura. She didn't say a word, but
Right.
her aura wrapped around me and was pulling me towards her. And I was like, I feel it, but no, I'm going to hold my ground. But I was feeling her pulling. And then every now and then I cut my eye and look at her, and she would be looking at me like, yeah, go ahead, keep trying. And this went on for about almost an hour. And then
Was it healthy?
it felt amazing.
Okay, good.
Now listen to this. After an hour, she gave up. She's like, all right, you want to be stubborn. So she started walking away. Don't you know I followed her, struck
See?
up conversation, and we end up being in a relationship.
Oh,
We
yeah,
did.
that's so nice.
And this sister used to practice. She said, it's easy for me to travel out of my body when I'm not having sex.
Yes.
And then special acknowledgement to Queen of Swords because she talks about out of body sex. That's more intense than physical sex.
Okay, see now I gotta go refill my cup. Let me tell y'all something about some energetic sex. Yes, cheers, cheers, cheers. You're correct because sometimes touch can distract you from you being in your energy body. Remember, this is just what houses us. This is what houses me. So energy. Let me tell you something else about energetic sex.
Hold on, I gotta bring you full screen now. Hold on.
Okay.
There we go. We warmed up now, Jack.
Okay, so energetic sex has a lot of benefits to your auric body, to your neurological system. As a matter of fact, all of your body systems. Let's break it down real quick, shall we? We have our endocrine system, we have our reproductive system, we have our immune and lymphatic system, we have our neurological and renal system, we have our cardiovascular and respiratory system, we have our exocrine system, which, by the way, men and women, we really need to be paying attention is to the intelligence in our sexual fluids, and then our skeletal system, right? So energetic sex, even though we're energetically doing it, it still affects the body systems. Let me tell you something else real quick. Oh, and the meridians. Let me tell you something else real quick. So there was a brother, right? Who, and mind you, this is when I'm going through certain shamanic ceremony, and this is spirit showing me the magic of energetic sex. So I wake up, so I go to Atlanta because I'm supposed to help out in a ceremony, right? And you know, it was an ayahuasca ceremony, and I'm a sitter. I'm just there to help move energy and whatever. And so, you know, the ceremony's going, and I'm in the garage, and it's like for some reason I'm trying to get there, but my body's like, no, lay down, go to sleep. And I'm like, nah, but I drove all the way from Charlotte, North Carolina to Atlanta to help out. Why am I so tired? Why does spirit want me to go to sleep? So I go to sleep, miss the whole freaking ceremony. As soon as I wake up, I get a message. Yo, Riz, this may sound crazy, and I know I tell you, but I had hit something happened with his penis where like there was a little bit of blood, and then like it was affecting his erection. But then he was like, but you was in a dream, and he described to me what I did to him, with him in that dream. And then there was no more blood, and his erection was, you know, back on point. And I've had many men tell me, and I'm sure it's not just me, I'm sure that there's other women that can attest to this, but there has been ways where my spirit, my energy body will do the work, and I don't even know. But I wake up the next morning to a message or a phone call telling me I was in this person's dream doing this, working on them. And I'm just like, are you serious? Right? And so this is me doing it unintentionally. But the fact that I was able to do it unintentionally made me want to learn how to do it intentionally even more.
That
You
makes
get what I'm
sense.
saying? Like that's the power of us. Even this brother who's on the table, right? in this video. If I was to show y'all a B cut, you gonna be like, are they having sex? But no, he's energetically penetrating me with his penis. And when I tell you I'm riding him like a rodeo, but he's just holding space. He's not like, oh yeah, girl, you know what I'm saying, and feeding into it. He's just holding space, allowing his golden rod to heal me and allowing me to explore my primal energy. And let me tell you what that is, right? So in the primordial space, everything exists. There's no such thing as good or bad, right or wrong. Everything is there. It only has labels when it comes down to a certain realm. But in that space, everything exists. All the possibilities of creation exists. So when I'm in that space, it's me exploring that primal force, experiencing all of these things. And then as I come back down to my body, I filter out. Like, okay, what needs to stay in that primordial space, and what does spirit want me to embody and keep and imprint in my cells, so now I can go out in the world and exercise and embody and demonstrate these things and accomplish these things.
You going in, girl. You going in.
I'm trying not.
Going in. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You opened it up now.
No, listen.
It's your fault. I'm just like,
I'll take the blame, because this reminds me of Bliss, who we used to talk about, and Riziki. This was my friend who made his ascension, Professor Kareem. He would microdose a shot glass of high potency ayahuasca and then go to social gatherings, healing circles and New Age, New Life Health Expo, and he be high as he's inebriated on ayahuasca, but he's in the zone, so he's integrating the subconscious and the conscious experience.
Wow.
And family, what I would do, and I shared this with you before, Bliss.
Yes.
You could put intention behind the taking of mushrooms or ayahuasca, so that if you're going to work on somebody, you can do it with the entheogen and your consciousness. Go ahead, Riziki. There you go. There you go.
Okay, so there is a practice, and big shout out to Latifah, because this is my tantric partner when we do the session called Raising of the Jet. Okay, and in ancient Kemet or Nubia, we understand the jet pillar. Do your research, you'll understand that. But in this particular session, we do microdose on mushrooms, and there is a particular strand, Tamarian blues, that we use. It is known as the tantric strand. And so when we're in that space, and like you said, integrating the energy, the energetic with the physical, integrating the subconscious with the conscious, and also being able to see things in different realms that may be affecting the person, and or different energies of and or forces that may want to come in and aid this person, but whatever they have going on, like they're in their own way. So the implementation of entheogens in tantric sessions have been freaking phenomenal. We had a mission called Mission Medicine Man, where there's a lot of brothers out here who are medicine men. They're pouring out to the community, but ain't nobody pouring into them. By the way, this is why some of y'all are dying quicker, because you're not taking care of yourself, men. And you need to learn to allow people to pour into you. Self-care is important. Okay.
Teach.
Better care of yourself. Right. You're not workhorses. You are not workhorses. You're dying faster because you're working hard, straining yourself, and you're not being poured into. So as a tantrika, it is a part of our assignment to pour into the men who are out here pouring into not only their family, but a whole freaking community. There's a lot of men who died who were freaking activists and freedom fighters, and nobody poured into them. And or maybe they didn't recognize the importance of being poured into because your warrior is so much up there. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop that, yo. Like, and it's touchy for me because, I've experienced a dear friend of mine who transcended, and many people have their speculations, but I know one thing: we made it a point to pour into that brother before he left, because he poured into a lot of people. And when you pour into a lot of people and you don't feel that love and energy and attention being reciprocated, that breaks your freaking heart. So what do? You end up putting blockages over your heart so you don't feel hurt. That shit ain't healthy. It's not healthy.
Heartbroken.
Heartbroken.
That's right.
You going in
I
now?
was going through with that, but
Oh yeah, you going in?
I forgot.
Yeah,
But
there's an African training, brothers. We don't learn it here in the States, but over in Africa, in certain countries, the men are taught to protect their hearts like an egg. And if you allow yourself to be, your heart to be broken, they said men have an egg-like sphere in their chest, and if you don't protect it, it breaks. You're done. You're through.
and
That stays down to the physical.
and I'll say this too. Sometimes what protected us can sometimes become a blockage, because you can become so used to protecting, when it's time to be poured into, you don't know how to remove that protection.
Right.
So it's about balance.
True. Like
I'm
an
just
egg.
saying.
You're right. You're right.
Because they would have to know how to receive. If we're there to serve them, then they have to be able to receive it and to accept it.
Yes. And as women, we have to be better at creating safe space for men, because a lot of women sat up there and allowed this man to tell her all his deepest, darkest secrets and pour his heart out to her, and then use it against him.
The Delilah syndrome.
Yes. Yes.
So let's talk about it.
Hey, building trust, operating with integrity.
Hey. And this is why I said the clearing phase is important, because we want to sit up here and be tantra, but then when you get in your emotions, you want some bullshit. You got to stop that. You know what I'm saying? So it's very, very, very important. And a lot of our men are dying of heart attacks. And everything that happens physically is because what? It's on a spiritual and or energetic level.
Yep.
Let me tell you, Riziki Bliss, this is the very reason I got all these beads on my neck over my heart, just to keep it light as a feather and protected like iron.
Well, all I'm saying is,
hold on, full screen.
All I'm saying is, when we come up to New York and put you on the table, because you're a medicine man too, Uncle, Aunt, Brother Hank, all your synonyms, stuff like that. So Latifah, let me know if we down for Mission Medicine Man for Uncle Unc, because he out here pouring into the community too, and you need to be poured into. You need to have times where you can take all of that off, be naked, just take all of that off, and be poured into and be trusted. Take all of that off and have people who are trusted, who are integral, who won't take your kindness for weakness, who won't take advantage of you in that space. Like, you deserve to know what that feels like on multiple occasions.
Look at him rolling his eyes like,
I need you. Yeah.
You know what? Really, what you hit on, Riziki, is the truth.
Yeah.
And what, fortunately, let me tell you, I come from a family of a lot of trauma. So I have a lot of family members die from alcohol. Alcoholics. Let me tell you, alcohol is a Band-Aid for heartbreak. I mean, like, I have aunts, uncles, cousins. People die from alcohol.
Yeah.
Liver failure.
Yeah.
So what I did, let me calm down, because y'all get me all fired up.
It's all right. That's all right.
I started getting so deep into ayahuasca. I was doing ayahuasca bliss 3 times a week and loving the ride, exploring it, because if we accept our heartbreak trauma, portals to activating your superpowers.
Yeah.
And that's not spoken of. where you don't weaponize your traumas, but you use them as portals to access trance states of unlimited magic.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And right now I'm in a place where my voltage is so high. I mean, right now, every time I start to talk and be on this platform, Bliss, where's your cat? My cat is right here
The
riding
cat touch.
shotgun. Riding shotgun. Let me show you. She riding shotgun right next to me.
Yes.
And then when you started talking Riziki about orgasm, I got a blissgasmic kitty cat. Look. She's
Chloe?
That's Chloe.
Yeah,
Look,
Chloe,
right down there.
Chloe is the orgasmic, sensual cat. Like, I'm telling you, she loves laughter. She loves fun.
Look.
Tazara is another story.
Look, here
but
it
that
is.
cat right there.
Here she is. She's sitting here right now. You see her face?
Yes.
Yo, that's a Tantra kitty. And she only come around when you ladies start talking about bliss and stuff. Chloe be like, "Come on, Big Daddy, move over."
That's right.
I'm riding.
And I had a cat too. Now he did run away. He got his first taste of some butt, so he's been out there. I don't know when he's coming back. But I had a tantra cat too, and this just happened like Saturday. So anyway, but no, cats are very sensitive to energy. They absorb, they pick it up, and they're spiritual beings. This is why they were a part of our household and culture back in the day. So I look forward to meeting your house panthers or your cat.
Let me tell you, the tabby, he's in the room slow dancing with Tasha. In the other room, Bliss. He's like, "Hey, baby, you home?" And he has an attitude when she leaves him.
Yeah,
he's what? Like, where you been? Who said that you go out today? I mean, Tazar is a trip now.
Yeah.
Tazar was always a trip. Oh my goodness. He's more of a trip now than ever. Cats be like opening up those portals and we be in there taking the medicine and all kinds of craziness be going on.
And I'm grateful you brought up the alcoholism too, because I've had quite a few. Let me tell you something. So in one of my first tantra classes in Rest in Power, Fly High, Brother Tell Us, but I would bring my tantra students to him because one of the portions of clearing is, let's see what's really up in there, right? Like, let's see what's really up in there, because that stuff, it'll bring out some disagreeable parts of yourself too. So we have sat down with people who suffered all kinds of addictions, from alcoholism to certain other kind of drugs. And then we've also had people with bipolar, like now many of these weren't my Tantra students, but some of them came to me for Tantra sessions with these certain addictions. And so tantrically speaking, watching this in ceremony, understanding that it's all entities. It's entities. There is a spirit of alcoholism. There is a spirit of addiction. There is a spirit of child molestation. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw that too. Some of these people up in these tantra schools with a spirit of molestation. Yeah, I seen that too. Wow. Yeah, so it's really deep. It's really deep. And alcohol is like agent. Yeah, so it's like you're trying to run away from what you don't want to feel, and we can't save them all. There was a brother who was in my astrology class, and alcoholism ran in his family. So now we're talking about epigenetics, right? Where we think about generational curses or whatever. Some of this is in the DNA and in the cells. It's the information that's passed down. And so, but number one is you got to want to let that go. I've experienced where it's a spirit that don't want to let that person go. And that person don't want to let that spirit go. And it's a codependent relationship. Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you, I'm so comfortable with overproof rum and a cigar. I'll tell you, I got to be careful because I can drink and I never get a hangover. So I can relate to this.
How's that liver?
Oh, now, I mean, I can't do it because then when I take the ayahuasca, it's like, look what you did to yourself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It'll show you your damage. What did you look what you did to yourself?
Yeah.
Like last night, I'll be honest, straight talk.
Come on, let's go.
I got liquor up in this place like nobody's business, soaking with herbs soaking in it. I got a 5-gallon vat, but the only thing is I put Smyrna, what is it called? Smyrna gin. And I can't drink gin. My body doesn't like gin. I got right here in the living room, Bliss. I got a 5.
I don't want no gin. Gin make me cry.
I got a 5-gallon.
Certain alcohols have certain effects.
Yep.
Exactly. Certain alcohols make me feel a certain way. And
Yep.
gin is a fire.
I got a 5-gallon jug of special acknowledgement to my brother Bashara. It's brandy, a 5-gallon jug of brandy with African, Chinese, and Caribbean herbs that's been soaking forever. And last night I was feeling like having a drink.
But you know what, Riz? That's why they call them spirits, because there's spirits in them drinks, you know?
Now, I have my personal concoction of Mama Juana, and she makes me feel a certain kind of a way. You know, got a little wine, got a little rum in that thing, you know, a little bit of honey, some herbs, right? And I made it myself. Went to the DR, went to the village, got the herbs, learned the recipe, made it myself, and I infused it with codes and mantras and intentions. So it's only certain times where I would drink that, right? But even dealing with, you know, just alcoholism overall, you know, again, the numbing agent or feeling hopelessness or just a lack of control. Sometimes it's, you know, you don't want to worry, you have distrust, or even a low self-esteem. Like there's a lot of things that's tied to this. And this is why I'm like, when we work through our stuff, you'll notice the habits changing. And then if you choose to, of course, it's social and celebratory and or even sometimes to commune with certain energies, but you're not abusing your body. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll drink to that.
Yes.
Cheers. Cheers. Thank y'all.
You're welcome.
Thank you for having me.
While you listen, Bliss, I'll share. I'm just going to drop it out there. Damn, you could try this on your own. I got your bag, Bliss.
Thank you.
Of the Mabi.
Grateful.
Riziki. I did family. Listen, this one came down from management. That's why I call it management. Download came down from management.
Yeah.
I was riding my bike on the parkway, and I saw a Rasta man, and he had Mabi, sorrel, sea moss, and ginger. And my spirit said, "Get that Mabi." So I got the Mabi. It had bay leaves in the bag. And while I was riding the bike back up the parkway, it said, "Mix it with Kinkaliba." Yeah, you can get the Kinkaliba on Amazon and then get Mabi bark.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I made a pot full, Bliss. Made the weights, made the 45. I even put the little video together, but I was like, damn, I need to put a disclaimer. I need to put a disclaimer to this because I was going on intuition and it said, don't drink more than 1 cup a day. I'm letting it cool off. But family, if you want to do an experiment, I'm putting it out there. Kinkaliba and Mabi to a boil. Let it boil for like 10 minutes. And then turn the flame off and drop the Kinkaliba tea in the Mabi pot. And then let it cool. And then I add it. It's strong. It's strong. And I'm right now it's still cooling in the kitchen. I'm gonna give some to Tasha. But I just know intuitively it says I was strong. I was riding my bike like it was nothing to it. But it told me only 1 cup. So I'm not going to drink more than 1 cup, family. Yeah. So, this is for those who are into herbs.
Beautiful.
I think you get Mabi on Amazon too. Mabi bark.
Okay.
Beautiful. Well, I need to get me some of that.
I don't know like what's going to happen because today was my first day having it.
Right.
Listen, look, here it is right here. Here's a Bushman right here.
The Mobby bark is no joke. The bay leaf and star anise goes well with it. Okay, duly
Oh,
noted.
Just a
now,
note, family. Marby is also an aphrodisiac. Just wanted to drop that in there so y'all know, in case y'all y'all watching this video and you just feeling all kind of like, what's going on? Drinking this Marby? What's going on? I'm feeling all
girl,
types of ways.
and you know what? I didn't want to say it, Bliss. I was gonna keep it PG, but that's what the message was when I got it.
Yes.
I'll be up in here stiff, but
Good.
just ride my bike.
As you should.
Yes.
And next time it's stiff like that, just imagine it being gold.
Ooh.
Yeah, just gold. Just gold lingams, just gold penises. We need more.
Oh, let me bring you full screen. She say that a little more, girl. Go ahead.
I said next time you're stiff, and this is for all the brothers, imagine it being gold. We need more golden penises out here in the world. And not just the golden penis, but the golden penis that's connected to the heart space. That's all. Yeah. We're having an event in Charlotte in November. And we may need to come to New York, Uncle Unc, Hank, Brother Unc, all those names. We may need to do that too. So we'll be getting into a lot of these practices because I'm so done with online stuff. People be trying to learn Tantra online. It's like, this is an embodiment practice. You need to be in person, and experiential learning is the way to go.
I'm glad you're sharing this, Riziki, because what I remember, what's his name? He developed his from India. He would make oranges materialize in his hands, but his aura had gotten so big, he would bring a stadium of people to orgasm. And I honestly believe that women can cultivate their Shakti to transform a neighborhood, a home, a state, or even the world.
We can. Now, and I'm gonna prove it to you. We've already been doing it. Unfortunately, our wombs have been toxic. Our sexual intelligence have been toxic. Look at the world.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Look at the and this ain't no shame. And I'm not trying to downplay my sisters, because I'm a sister. I love us, right? But I'm going to tell the truth. Now, we both have a part to play in it, both men and women, right? However, we knew Tantra, it was brought to the world by women. It was brought to the world by women.
Facts.
So as powerful as we want to, I'm a goddess, I'm a queen, let's carry that same energy with accountability. How about that? Yeah.
I remember reading about this, what you just said, Riziki. Tantra was born from a woman.
I'm saying. Now,
and some women don't need training, Bliss, family. Some women are so womb yoni centric, they transform the environment.
Now, let me say this, though. In all tantric mythology and mysteries, the wisdom was given to a woman from the masculine, though. So let's not forget how important the masculine plays in Tantra. I want to be very clear. So if we read our mysteries, Het Haru and Aset was some of the women or the feminine essence that were tantric, which, by the way, big shout out to doulas. Y'all need to be learning Tantra too, because women need to be birthing babies in orgasmic states, right? So we had Tantra doulas, but both of these feminine aspects were imparted this wisdom by Tahuti. When you look at some of the tantric priestesses that were in Alkebalan, from Indus Kush to Tibet, a lot of them, yes, was downloading this information, and it was from a masculine force. When I had ceremony, and this was an ayahuasca ceremony, and this was after my father died. So I went there wanting some healing, right? And when I tell you, that ceremony took me through generational healing on my dad's side, on my mother's side, because my great grandmother was a madam. So some of this runs in my blood. Some of this runs in my own DNA. But then Spirit said, go outside. And it was in the moon was just so beautiful in the sky. And mind you, I did research, but I wasn't as advanced as I am now. So I go outside and I sit in this particular position. This isn't a meditative position that I'm used to seeing in the books or, whatever, but I'm sitting in this position looking at the moon, and I just feel like, feel information and see visions. And as a matter of fact, it was that night I said, it was confirmed that you need to branch off and do this style of Tantra, right? And years later, when I'm, in my studies, I realized the position I was in was the position of the baboon looking at the moon, and that's Tahuti. So before I even was deep into the mysteries like that, I was already getting the downloads. And see, this is where one of the original forms of yoga came from. It wasn't so much about stretching and being limber. It was putting your bodies in certain positions so that you can commune with the elemental forces. Because there's certain elemental forces that you can easily commune with when your body is in a certain position. And so after I had came from outside and getting, this energy from the moon or whatever, and then, they're singing the songs because, the music carries the medicine. And then when I'm being shown Tantra, I'm not being shown a bunch of sex and orgasms. I was shown, and this is why I implement this in my program. I was shown men, women, and children in white and gold marching on white golden strips in the sky, right? And to this day, when people graduate, you're walking on a golden carpet dressed in white and gold. Mm-hmm. This is what it showed me. Now, of course, sex is involved because you got to have that to have children to raise the energy and all that other stuff. But this was about family and community and nation building. That's what Spirit showed me. And then the second ceremony I had some without entheogens and some with entheogens, but this is when I really started loving the mushroom, because the mushroom is the oldest memory holder next to water on Earth.
Hold on. Let me pull it up.
Y'all ready for me? Y'all ready? Yes. It holds so much information. And this is it. And this is in my book. I talk about it in my book, which, by the way, I have the link in there. And there's a 50% off code, magnets, crystals, and pyramids. If you look in the private chat.
Oh, wait a second. Let me put that up there. Hold on a second.
Yeah, because now you can get that book, right? So
what's the link for that book?
The where you see the my downloadable. I'm gonna repost it. 1 second.
Hold on. Repost it so I copy it and post.
Okay, so that's the link, and then this right here. So the ebook is $14 on Amazon and my site, but with this code, y'all get 50% off. And everybody who gets this book, I'm also going to email y'all a free ebook dealing with Tantra for economic success and business. And this is the wisdom I'm learning from people who are practicing Tantra, who did already hit millionaire status and going overseas and doing international business, as well as politicians. So this is an ebook, and this is me documenting. I like to do case studies before I just come out with information. I don't just want to be, you know what I'm saying? So I'm in this ceremony with mushroom, the fungi, and I was naked. And when I tell you, the brother, Mission Medicine Man, big shout out, Tellis, and I work with him, and I will say his ceremony really activated this path, this new version or this expanded version. And so I'm sitting there and he's playing the drums and I feel, the serpent energy, and I'm just like, I'm in my wild woman, I'm in my primal. And then all of a sudden things just kind of slow down. And then I'm sitting in this position. I can't remember what it was. But then as I'm swaying, and I call her the Green Goddess. She didn't tell me her name. I don't know her name. I just call her the Green Goddess. But she's just above me and we're swaying together, right? And I'm talking about, this was so beautiful, I could cry. And we're swaying, and she was made of rain. And we're swaying together. Every move that I make, she's doing, and then like the rain of green off of her falls off of her and into me. And when I tell you, I felt it in every cell and molecule in my body. And then like now I'm just, practices and modalities and wisdom. And of course, how I am. Again, I don't want to just be out here telling people stuff, misinformation, right? So I'm getting all this information, all this wisdom, all these downloads. And then on my journey, I'm finding material and confirmation and science that backs this up. Some of it, I ain't found no proof, but it is what it is because it works on the table and in my work. But I'm saying this to say that, spirit and this work shows you the connection that you are to the universe. And I'm gonna say one more. Oh my God, I'm gonna say one more.
Do your thing. We're listening.
I had a toad ceremony.
Ooh.
When I tell y'all that changed my perspective on love, I was like, damn, humans are out here searching for this level of love that only the Creator can give you. And this is why the relationship with the Creator is so important. And so at first, I feel I scream. And it was like, I felt all of the hurt and the pain in the world, right? It was like my heart purged for the world. And then right after it was like I felt all of the love that I've ever poured out, that any human can ever pour out, just pour it back into my heart. And then it showed me how each of our heart has a song. Each of our heart have a specific rhythm. And if I start to cry, it ain't like because I'm sad. It's just like, I'm just, what I'm saying. But our heart has a song. And so then what they did was they laid me on this raft, right? And it's all primordial space. It's all dark. But I'm on this raft and then I see figures on each side of me, right? And I'm going down this raft in the waters with these figures on each side of me, and they're just like, just pouring into me, just giving information. And then it's like, how do I relay this to the world, right? And so, which is why I'm just over online teaching. I'm over online teaching. You have to be in the presence of this to experience it, because that's the best learning. It's the best learning. So I'm saying all that to say that, in this work, in this practice, y'all, we go beyond the books, go beyond the videos. If there's trusted people in your community or whoever, please, learn this art, because I truly believe this is a path that's going to really unite the diaspora, because it is the only spiritual walk that incorporates sex and sexual energy as a path to enlightenment. Tantra is the only religion. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Christianity, Islam, Hebrew Israelite, like all these religions that we have do not incorporate sex and sexual energy as a path to enlightenment as much as Tantra does. Correct me if I'm wrong, so I don't want to misinform you.
Abrahamic religions do not honor the feminine principle.
Okay. All right. There we go. So this is why, again, when I studied in Hedwana, when I studied Niguma, when I studied White Buffalo Woman, Tantra emerged when our nation was in disarray. And this is where we are now. And this is why we need it.
We are certainly in disarray. You got that right.
I mean, we coming back. You know what I'm saying? We coming back, but we need a little bit more. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Thank you.
Y'all don't wear me out.
Thank you, Riziki. I gotta be mindful, Miss Bliss. When the sun go down, Miss Bliss, she start looking like she got bedroom eyes and she start getting sleepy. But if you call her like around 11, 12 o'clock in the middle of the day, you can barely make out what she's saying because she's talking so fast.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yo, for real. She's running on solar energy. So she's going into midnight moonlight paradigms of trance. So we're gonna wrap this show up.
Yeah, as we should. Yeah, because I'm starting to get sweaty. And when I start to sweat, I already know I need to.
You already know.
I already know. Because as women, we're connected to the lunar energy. You know what I'm saying? So it makes total sense. And we have to be in a state of rest and receptivity to really listen and receive. So ooh, thank y'all. I'm grateful. And the last thing that I wanted to share. So y'all have the book, the coupon, and whoever gets it, again, I'm gonna send y'all the Conscious Commerce free ebook, because I really would love people to understand how to incorporate tantric practices for their professional economic success. And then this last portion, this last link is the event that we're having the weekend of November 3rd. So that Friday, we will do the live premiere of our docu-series. And then I do have some sensual artists that is a part of the House of Nejmet, and Nejmet is a Kemetic term for sexual pleasures. So that will be a night of sensual alchemy and the tantric arts. And then the 4th and the 5th, we're going to get into exercises concerning the 4 pillars within Tantra. So we're going to do some clearing, we're going to do some activating, we're going to do some cultivation, we're going to do a lot. So I'm excited.
And before we leave, where do they go to donate? Because earlier you showed where do they go to donate?
Yeah, so I'm gonna put this link up. So y'all could go to Indiegogo, right? And just type in the Tantra Chronicles Riziki, it'll pop up. And again, y'all, we would really appreciate your support. We really want to, have this available for all of us to watch, to learn, to commune, to engage, to exchange, and really learn Tantra from the Afro-Asiatic perspective. Because although, Tantra is a Sanskrit word, I want to be very clear. All of them learn from either a Ethiopian, ancient African, and this originated on the continent. Did it expand? Did it become diverse based on the cultures and the landmass? Because each landmass has its own deities presiding over it, but we ain't about to get into that. Yes, it did, but please understand where the origins, and this is just as much our stuff as it is theirs. Exactly. And not only are we Africans, we are also Asiatic people. We're the original Asiatics.
Exactly. Embrace it, family. It's ours. It always is. Let's get to it.
And I'm done.
Y'all got everything. You got all the information. You got everything. You got everything, Rising Sun. You put it on here.
I copied and pasted everything. Yes, I did.
All right, y'all go out there and donate, and no, don't be like, oh, I only want to give $5. Look, everything counts, because if you got it and you want to give it, it's expendable. Then go right ahead. If you want to give hundreds, that's fine. If you want to give,
and you get perks,
that's fine.
You get perks. So let me be clear: if you donate the 20, now mind you, any amount helps. We're grateful, but if you do 20, you will get access to the actual video. If you do 50, you're going to get a downloadable copy. As well, in full movie access, you can download it. If you do 100, you're going to get a special code off of our upcoming events and retreats and the downloadable copy. 250, you get a gift box. So we got a little tantric toolkit we about to send some folks. And if you donate 500, which 2 people have already, so give thanks to Everett and Zoe, thank you so much. You get a downloadable copy, the special code, the gift box. You're going to be mentioned in our credits, and we're going to have a live premiere held in Atlanta, Charlotte, and New York. So you get entry into that and into our after hours events. Because we ain't here to play.
Wow. I want to play it. I want to play it again.
That's a good idea. Yeah, do it again.
Okay. I like that idea, Bliss. Yeah. I like what she said.
Yeah. Let me I ain't got no mommy though. I need my mommy to watch. But go ahead and play.
Go get it. Oh, yeah. We're gonna do that too. Let me just figure out how. Oh, I gotta reload. Let me see.
Just click that in the lower left hand. Just click that. Yep, right there. Mm-hmm.
The Tantra Chronicles is a captivating and enlightening documentary that delves into the lifestyle of Tantra from teachings of Afro-Asiatic culture and theology. This documentary aims to take the audience on a transformative journey through the 4 pillars of tantric healing and empowerment, including the 7 main sciences of sexual energy. We'll explore a range of modalities, including breathwork, meditation, movement, conscious touch, inner alchemy, sensuality, and sexual ceremony. This will help us gain a deep understanding of how these practices can enhance your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being. Tantra is a holistic approach to life and spirituality, and by examining Tantra through the Afroasiatic lens, you'll gain culturally relevant insights into the sacred nature of sexuality and how it can be harnessed as a force for healing, self-discovery, and intimacy. We invite you to open your minds and hearts to this ancient wisdom of Tantra and how this path of spiritual technology enriches our lives and our relationships.
Woo, I'm all tingly inside. Woo.
I'm just saying, when you put the vagina on the sacral area, it does something. I'm telling y'all, ladies, you need to get it. You know what? That's another show. We ain't about to get into it.
Wait. Don't go nowhere yet. What did you just say? Full screen again. Say it again.
You saw the part where we're dressed and I come behind. I'm telling y'all, man, it's a science to this stuff. Like, there's practice. There's just a lot we can do. There's a lot we can do. We gotta just learn. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
We're all
Put the vagina on the sacral areas, lady. It works wonders. Go ahead.
Cool.
Yeah. Thank y'all for having me.
Hey, you got to come back. You got to come back again. This was an amazing show. Another amazing show. I want to thank you, Bliss. What do you want to say? Come on,
I was going to
Bliss.
say, and informative, because we love to be entertained as, our people of color. However, entertainment combined with information and it's educational is the best thing for us. So while we're entertained, we're getting the downloads, we're getting the information. So I appreciate you combining that.
Thank you. And thank y'all. From the fullness of myself, from all of our ancestors and forces of nature, for the work that y'all are doing for the community, to provide a platform for this much needed information. Thank you for your energy. Thank you so much for all that you contribute to our communities, to our families, to us as individuals. And I just send y'all much peace, love, prosperity, power, and protection. And I'm just eternally grateful. Thank you so much for having me on here. And Brother Unc, we gonna set a date for Mission Medicine Man, because we're about to get on the table.
Oh, you can do that. You can also do long distance time.
Yeah,
and do a quantum experience. I'll stretch out. I won't get out the bed. I'll just lay back and I'll say, okay, crank it up.
Yeah, that's cool, but you need touch. That's what Spirit said. You need touch.
You got that right.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
And Sister Bliss too. Matter of fact, our brother Everett is in the Bronx. Are you in New York?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna go on and put you in touch with him if you would like some non-touch or touch, energy. Totally up to you. He's really great with boundaries and consent and safety. So I will put you in touch.
Well, I'm a Capricorn, so I'm sensual. I love to be touched. So I'm just
Okay.
I also want to put the banners to everyone who's listening. Journey to Bliss.
Yay.
Like, subscribe, share. Like, subscribe, share. Let it be reciprocity. All right. She has a young station, but we're going to bring her up to speed.
That's right. Support our sister.
Yes. Yeah. So, with that being said, Bliss, you want to close it out?
Yes, we're going to close it out. Have a beautiful night, everyone. Here we go.
Say often, yes, I am. Supreme shield of protection surrounding me. Yes, I am. Yes, I am remembering all I was born to do. Yes, I am. Take hold of your crystal, which will magnify your I am affirmations at least 600%. If you don't have a pistol, you better have a crystal. Bring forth. Yes, I am. Remember, you are divine.
Good night, everyone.
Peace. Thank you all.